And Obama, with all his glow and halo, no more illegal wiretapping of American citizens. No more ignoring the law when it is convenient. No one should get a free pass to violate the basic civil liberties of the American people. Not the President of the United States, not the telecom companies that fell in line with warrantless surveillance programs. But now the NSA can just go after everybody like a vacuum cleaner. But then they have a new problem. They've got so much data. How do you find somebody bad in there? That's why they didn't find the 911 hijackers ahead of time. It wasn't some badass conspiracy. It was Spinal Tap. And they'd over-spied on people so much, it was like looking for a needle in a football stadium. Now we get more of that. But at least some of the phone companies did their patriotic duty and cut off the FBI's wiretaps when they forgot to pay the phone bill. Now, I wonder if this list of all the people who turned around and voted yes on this surveillance bill, that was a little test to see who gets into Obama's cabinet and who doesn't. After all, as Margaret Thatcher used to say, everything must be business as usual. Yeah, you're with us or against us. Obama voted to confirm Condoleezza Rice. He voted for putting up that anti-immigrant Berlin Wall border fence and then admitted he just did it as a horse trade to get somebody else to vote for a bill he wanted through. That infamous quote, "Sometimes you have to trim your sails." Well, you look back at what he did, giving the NSA the right to spy on all of us and everything. I can't help but think of a grinning Obama slashing the Constitution with a box cutter as he trims the sails. More trimmed sails. He said he wants universal health care, but we can't have single payer because disease industry bean counters, you know, the health insurance industry, they might wind up unemployed, which is kind of like saying we have to let the mafia keep going because otherwise we'll have unemployed gangsters. Health insurance scam artists, quote, "need a seat at the table." Isn't the health insurance industry the problem? And 2005 Energy Policy Act, Obama voted tax breaks and subsidies for fossil fuels while Exxon was taking in $30 to $40 billion a year and the biggest profit any corporation has ever made. Even McCain voted against that one. And Obama, as far as alternative fuels goes, great idea. He says we should run our cars on liquefied coal. Wonder who bought his mouth for that one. Now he sides with the Bush Supreme Court on guns and said he's open to the idea of dropping nuclear weapons on Iran. He has praised Ronald Reagan for how he beat back, quote, the excesses of the 60s and 70s, and replacing that with, quote, a sense of dynamism and entrepreneurship that had been missing that some of us would call corruption. And if he's so law and order now over spying on suspected terrorists, meaning all of us, and executing child rapists, why not apply that same zeal to promising to investigate and prosecute crimes committed by the Bush administration? Reagan and Bush's father, these same people doing the same stuff, was there for all to see. Bill Clinton gets in and says, oh, shred all the files you want. We have to let bygones be bygones. And the problem is, if you don't put them in jail, these people have a habit of coming back. I mean, at least in Watergate, they sent people to jail so he didn't wind up having CIA Director G. Gordon Liddy, or Secretary of State Nixon, or something like that. I mean, if he's not going to prosecute, we should at least do what South Africa and others have done after overthrowing dictatorships and have a truth commission. In other words, what we get instead, business as usual. Another circus of an election year with rock-bottom candidates posing as humans, desperate for people to give them more money to buy more TV time to lie. Flat screen on the wall. Who is the best packaged one of all? Who best disguises what a total asshole they really are? Hey, look at Obama go. He raised over $50 million in June alone. Where